under the report, under the discussion, it talks about a Class A report. It talks about the increase of construction and soft costs, and then you go on to say that value engineering process, the project team reduced costs by $362,000. Then you list the items. To me, in the big scheme of things, the reduction in those costs represent roughly 0.015% of the total cost. I'm trying to understand why you would make those changes now, because I think that's what you're proposing here, as opposed to leaving the original design intact and at some point near the end of the process coming to a conclusion that you may have to do some value engineering. Can you explain the rationale for that?
Certainly, through you, Mr. Chair. The process of value engineering, which is it's kind of euphemism for cost cutting, what we've done here is looked at things that we believe can be, with careful consideration, can be reduced in scope or cost without damaging the integrity of the design or diminishing the program or diminishing the performance of the building in terms of serving the public. So we go through those exercises, and obviously what we can do easily, and we've done. And so the list that you've got before you represented things that on second thought or on more careful consideration could be reduced in scope, but we do not feel are going to be missed. And the reason they're done now as opposed to waiting is that once the drawings go out onto the street and there's a low bid and a contractor is selected, once you begin to negotiate reduction of scope of certain finishes or components, you're not getting a dollar on the dollar, you're getting whatever they decide to give you. It might be 50 cents on the dollar. So it's better value to reduce before it goes on the street. That being said, we do have other mechanisms in our specifications which could provide us with, and they're called alternate prices, and many of them you will be familiar with those, where there may be two products. We give them the option of pricing two products, one roof membrane versus another, and though that when the tenders come back may allow us a sort of shopping list to decide, or basically create some wiggle room and allow us to pair the cost if it's over what we feel the budget should be, but we're doing it with prices that are part of a competitive bid process, so they're we're getting better value. Does that answer your question?
Well, it answers
part of it.
Part of it. Yeah. I think what is missing for me is I'm not sure what we were getting to begin with. So when you do this value engineering, it obviously was something quite different than what you're originally proposing. And since I don't have a conceptual construct of what we were getting, I'm not sure what I'm agreeing to or what you're asking us to agree to.
Well, that's through you, Mr. Chair. That's a fair comment because they really do reflect changes, small changes to a very complex set of documents. So, where did that? If I take the list that's, I could briefly.